I grew up in Bogside. I was born in the Wales and basically grew up in the Rossall Flats. We were amongst the first load of people to move in to these multi-storey concrete jungles that they were. They were great at the time because there was no housing and people needed housing, so it was bird cages in the sky. My relationship with my father and my mother and everyone in the three of us in the house wasn't too good because of alcoholism. My father was crazy when he would drink, and I was told in later years that I was often hung over the verandas and shaken and was threatened to be trapped as a child, as a baby. That specifically, them points and them things that have been all the process of traumatising me as an individual and as going through my life. And then my father died when I was 4, which was another very traumatic episode in my life that I had to deal with. Subsequently, I was lifted up into the coffin, and when I looked at my father, I went into a fit of convulsions, and subsequently I was taken to hospital. So basically, at 4 years of age, I had no father, and 17 days later, my mother lost a child, my young brother, Bernard, who was named after my father, Bernard. I was 6 years of age when the next time I seen something very traumatic, which was Bloody Sunday. And Bloody Sunday for me was, I thought it was a fireworks show. I thought it was some kind of fun, it was crackers or something. I was only a child, but at 6 years of age, I didn't understand, I had no fear. I was running around the veranda, everybody was screaming, crying, shouting. And 6 years directly after that experience, I was 12 years of age. I was my first time experimenting with alcohol. I remember getting caught and my mother beating the living shit out of me. And she said to me, what were you drinking, what were you drinking? And I used to say, I'm drinking beer shampoo, which was a shampoo that you used to get your hair washed with when you were a child. And she just, the more I lay there, the more she welled at me. My whole process of that there was just, at that stage in my life, I just had enough. I had enough, and I just needed to get away from everything that I've been through. And that's when everything just started opening up, as in the wrong way, in the wrong context. And by the age I was 15, I first took my first mushrooms, and basically subsequently I was pumped out. Just thought I was going to die. I was taking my socks off. I thought I was peeling my skin off. I remember it so clearly today, it's still to this day, because but it's when someone freaks you out, and with all the trauma that I have been going through and the life that I've been living and the way I've been living in a war zone, So at 15, that was my first experience. Then glue came along. Everyone was sniffing glue. I tried it once. I heard all these mad noises in it, and I said, and it wasn't for me, and it freaked me out. That people were sniffing petrol, anything that they could get a hold of. But it was mainly glue, and I just stayed to the drink. My experience leads me to believe strongly that alcohol is the gateway drug to every other drug. So that opened up all the doors for me, and then, experimental times were coming, with more mushrooms, and then I went to London eventually, because there was a lot of madness going on in the city, and I just had enough of it. And I was straight on the deep end. I was just off the diving board, bang, and drugs. No, I wasn't there 5 minutes there. I needed something else. Alcohol was no good to me, and the first drug I took was speed and smoking marijuana, hashish, whatever you want to call it. For me, it calmed me down. I liked it, but I was always a high person. I was never a stoner, chiller outer, lie down guy. I was always wanting to run about. So I was on speed for a while because it was cheap, and I hadn't got the money at the time for cocaine, and one thing led to another. Before you know it, doors started opening, meetings started meeting people, started associating with people who were involved in all that, and the doors opened and access to any drug that you wanted became available. So that was us in the start of the 90s, and everything was fueled around alcohol for a cure in the morning to bring me around my sickness, drugs to stabilise me during the day, to keep me drinking and keep me going. And in this process I had met someone and started raising a family, and you know, I was just out of control. I was all me. The ego just took over me, and it was like anything I wanted I got. I wanted for nothing. I just wanted whatever I wanted to do, I went and done it, and you know, everything came easy. Only thing didn't come easy was the suffering, the sickness and the thing, but I masked that. I'm a great liar, like, you know, you can lie to yourself when you're on drugs. It's all part of the process, which I wasn't to understand in any of this process until later on, until I got into my 30s. When I actually hit my 30s, I realised that I have to start thinking about how long, what am I doing with myself. So basically I nearly had a breakdown at 30 because I couldn't understand how fast life was, and then I started questioning a lot of things in life. I knew I needed to change my life, and basically subsequently then I just turned around and said, the thing that I need to do is start working on me, stop running away from the whole situation. And the whole situation was when I had to reevaluate my life was, you know, I left school with no qualifications. I was audio and visually dyslexic, which I learnt. You know, subsequently further on down the line, I was tested within the system, and they told me this. And basically, I didn't know what that was. So I had a lot of questions to ask about why my addiction, why my alcoholism, why my drug intake, and it was all to do with trauma. Everything was based around trauma, from the very start to right up to the very end of the situation. And the situation was as follows. I had to learn to deal with my experiences. I had to use them gifts that I was given, and I used them gifts as I was getting slowly, baby steps. I just made a conscious decision that enough was enough, and it was through losing someone I loved very dearly, and basically that was it. I was set completely and utterly on my path. Yes, I've done a lot of madness in my life, but at the end of the day I've learned. Them experiences were, and all them experiences I had to put down and just sit and go through them over the last 5.5 years that I have been clean. And now that I can see the whole picture and understand the whole being of why I had the experiences, I see now that it is for to hand it on to other people. Learn to love yourself, and everything else will kick into balance. There's no other way around it. Stop running away from the situation. Stop drowning out your thoughts. Stop hiding the things that you've been through that you can't understand and why you've been through them. My life now is all built around honesty. That's what I have to be. Being clean, being clear-headed, being open-minded, being a free thinker, learning to say the magical word, which is no. I have to thank all my experiences, good, bad or indifferent, for giving me the gratitude that I have today, for having them experiences, for learning.